Hola! So I'm going to be testing beauty of Joseon's Red Bean Refreshing Pore Mask. I got this on Amazon for like 20 bucks because I was on Yes Style buying a sunscreen that I really wanted. And they had this on sale, but I didn't want to spend a lot of money, and I was like, oh, I won't get it. So I just ended up buying a sunscreen in the last year from Yes Style. And then, and like I don't know if it was the next day or 30 minutes. Time goes by weird. I was like, I need this. So I bought it on Amazon and it came. Though other stuff I bought from Yes Style, even though I bought it before, it's still in transit to me, so I won't be able to test the sunscreen until it gets here. But we will try the mask because I've been wanting to try it for since I got it. I got it like almost a week ago, so time to try it. I kind of like doing like beauty reviews. Like I like reviewing products. Like I don't know. It's kind of like my guilty pleasure. Oh, sorry. Ta-da! It's almost the same color as me. And then it has this little like spatula. On the instructions, it says, after cleansing, apply to a dry face. I just took a shower. And avoiding the eye and mouth areas, leave on for 10 to 15 minutes, 10 through 15 minutes, and then rinse off with lukewarm water. Okay, and while we're waiting, I'm going to be talking about things, like, I don't know. So, my skin is dry. I have my spatula. Alright, let's open this puta. Whoa. Okay. If you hear like a breeze or something, it's because I have two fans on. We have a heat wave where I'm living, and it's been so hot. And it's like worse because I come from like a dry environment, so I'm used to like dry hot. I'm not used to humid hot. I didn't put on any deodorant because I put some glyceric acid on my armpits because I'm trying to lighten them, because I feel like they're really dark because of like shaving. Like shaving has really fucked up my armpits, so I'm growing out my armpit hair, and it's kind of thick, low-key. Yeah, it's pretty thick. Shit. Wait, do I put the spatula on my face, or do I just put the spatula on my hands? I think I'm gonna put it on my face so I don't get my hands dirty. My roommate taught me this trick, even though it's not really a trick. I never really thought about it until she showed me. She's like, you're wasting product. You're supposed to scoop off the stuff on the top and put it into your thing. And I was like, why did I never think of that? Like, my brain is like fried. So yeah, it's pretty thick. Like, yeah, like it's thick, almost like a ice cream or like a gelato that isn't like, how do I say it, like frozen. But yeah, I'm used to like living in like dry areas, and this is like my first time living in like humid place. Humid heat is so much worse than fucking dry heat. I used to think dry heat was like abominable. Humid heat is like being in a jungle hell. And the funny thing is, I don't even live in a jungle landscape. I live kind of like in a beach city. So like it's like ugh. And I'm like, this is the perfect time to go to the beach. But low key, the UVs are, since it's also a heat wave. Last time I went to the beach, the sun was burning the hell out of my skin, and I was wearing sunscreen, but I had to stay in the ocean for majority of the time because it was so like, it was burning me. The sun was burning me. That was like the first time I ever went to the beach, and I was like, I have to stay in the water or I'm gonna like overheat. And the water is like, I like to float in water, but because the waves have also been like really crazy, so like I can't even like float without almost like drowning, basically. All right, we're gonna put some on my face. One thing I like about like photo booth on the MacBook is like the soft filter, but I also hate it because I feel like it doesn't really capture like details that I need it to capture for me personally. I really like the texture of this mask because it's a clay mask, and I feel like clay masks are really drying, but this one feels really like moisture heavy, if that makes any sense. This is my guilty pleasure. I'm trying to be I'm trying to be more consistent on like social media, but it's actually really hard. I don't think I really like being on social media because I think in order to like gain an audience or like any like attention, you kind of have to like force feed like almost like a fake personality. And sometimes it is people's real personalities, but I don't like it because those type of personalities fade. Like, because I use Tumblr frequently. I haven't really been using it as much. Like the last time I posted was like almost 2 weeks ago on Tumblr. And I feel like on Tumblr you can tell it's ran by a bunch of teenage girls because they are so afraid of aging. And I'm like, girl, the least thing you need to worry about is turning like 20 years old. 20 years old, I don't know, I feel more like I have like control over my life. Like when you're a teenager, you have like no control over your life. I think it's because of the way I was raised that I hated being a child, because I didn't have any freedom and I couldn't do the things that I wanted. And I feel like that's normal for like children in general, but the way it happened for me, it was like I wasn't really allowed to be my own like person. It was always like, what can I do to help other people? Like nobody wanted to help me. It was always about what I did for other people. But beyond that point, yeah, and like you could tell Tumblr is for teenagers. I'm trying to be very like understanding because I do like the space. Like when it gets really nice, it's beautiful, and I feel like I am finding like a sense of community on there. But a lot of the times they're just regurgitating like bullshit. Like I mention this frequently whenever I have conversations about like using Tumblr or getting in discourse. Well, not like discourse, but when people talk about like media literacy, and I'm like, yeah, I know media literacy is dead because I'm in the Loona cult like community on Tumblr because I love Lana Del Rey. She literally was my top artist last year, which was surprising because Beyonce has been my top artist for like the past like 3 years on my Spotify Wrapped, and then Lana Del Rey came and swooped in, and I was actually like genuinely surprised. I was like, what the fuck? And sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. So I'm on there, and I feel like people constantly make this like, not joke, but like this kind of like, I guess it's kind of like a meme where they're like, my life is sweet like cinnamon, and they think that that means like, oh, my life is wonderful, my life is amazing because it's sweet like cinnamon. And I'm just like, have y'all ever ate a spoonful of cinnamon? Y'all ever ate a spoonful of cinnamon? Cinnamon is not sweet, it's bitter. And like it can make things sweet. Like I like apple pies. Like I literally get this like apple pie, like it's called apple blossom from like Trader Joe's. I eat that like at least 3 to 4 times a week. And I'm like, I love cinnamony things, but eat cinnamon by itself, it's not great. And I feel like in the song Radio, where she said, my life is sweet like cinnamon, she isn't really saying like, oh, it's sweet. It's like, it's not. It's just here, it's existing, it's not really sweet, it's bitter, you know? And I feel like that's what the beautiful irony of Lana Del Rey's, like, songs is, like, I feel like people don't really give her credit for being a poet, like, in her newer stuff, it's kind of lacking, but when she really gets into it, like, I think Lana Del Rey is a beautiful poet. I'm just gonna connect these, I don't know why, I feel like the Joker if I don't connect it. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it for 15 minutes. I feel like those girly games I used to play when I was a kid. Alright, let's put this on. Put a timer on for 30 minutes.
30 minutes starting now.
I said 13. Put a timer on for 13 minutes. Jesus Christ. Anyways, so Virgo season is among us, and Dolly Parton died yesterday, and today Tim Curry has passed away, and I'm like, interesting. You know, I think it's really interesting. Like, Virgo season happens, and then two famous people die. But people have been dying a lot. Not like dying a lot recently. Well, kind of, sort of, because someone in my family just passed away, and I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. And then that other girl, she was like Hayden something, she played like Sam in Until Dawn. She also just passed away too, and there's a lot of like speculation around it, surrounding the details of her death. Sorry if you could hear stuff, I live really close to some bullshit. I hate it. I really like this mask. Like, it's really nice. Like, it just feels nice on my skin. Like, it doesn't feel like drying so far. And I just really interested because my thing is, like, I like Virgos. I'm allegedly a Virgo rising myself. And I just find it really interesting, like, the circumstances that a lot of people put themselves in life. And I wonder what the Virgo season will bring upon us. Because me personally, I don't find, like, death, like, sad like most people do. I find death, like, very symbolic and metaphoric. I think it gives us a chance to renew. Like, because when people die, when something dies, something new begins. That's how I believe it. Like, when I die, I want no one to cry because, like, that things just happen. And I'm not saying don't be sad about it. Like, everyone has the right to feel how they feel. But I definitely think that you shouldn't, like, linger too much in it because there's nothing that you can really do about death. Like, it's just there. And I feel like, because me personally, I haven't really had any, like, experiences with death, minus when my dog passed away about maybe almost 2 years ago, I think. And or was it last year? See, I don't even remember. Like, my dog is just dead. And that's the only time I ever really felt, like, sad about. Another time, too, was my older cousin. And when my dog passed away, it was really, like, it was horrible because the last time I seen my dog, it was awful. It was just really, like, traumatizing because I have a family that is really not that great, and they don't really treat people well. As much as they like to, exclaim that they do, they don't really do that. They don't really treat people well. And when last time I saw my dog, I was like, I want to take you and I want to save you, but I wasn't in the position to take care of him myself. And then he ended up dying a couple months later in a really tragic, sad, scary death. Like, I would never wish that on anyone. And I think that's what makes me, like, more sad, is, like, the circumstances of someone's death rather than the fact that they died. Because my thing is, like, everyone is going to go. Like, everyone's going to die. Like, my dog was going to die eventually, but the way my dog died was not okay. It was not right. In some instance, that shit is low-key illegal. And I feel really upset about the fact that, like, I didn't really get to have peace and clarity with my dog because my dog lives in a different city than me, so I never got the chance to, like, visit his grave or, like, have a mini funeral or even get to, like, burn his ashes, like, cremate him. But because I did not know that pet cremation was, like, $500, and depending on where you go, you can't even, like, keep your fucking dog. And I was like, you're gonna burn my dog with other dogs and then I can't keep it and I'm gonna pay you for that? I think my dog got buried in a backyard in a place that no one no longer lives in, which really upsets me because it's just like, now my dog is in some random person's backyard now, and that's not fair to me and my siblings and my family who love this dog. I love that dog so much, and I hate the fact that he was treated like that because it's not fair. Like, I feel like no one should ever be treated like that, especially an animal that cannot speak for itself. Like, with me, like, I feel like I'm more justified in the way I behave because I could speak up and change my ways. When you are a pet, you can't just be like, don't treat me like this. You're just there. And when you're, like, this small, because I had a fucking chihuahua, you are even smaller and narcissistic assholes like view. Like, you're this tiny to them. And I hate the fact that, like, my family tries to excuse what the circumstances of my dog's death were, and the details of it changes every so often, but I know the truth, and the truth is that you guys neglected my dog and now he's dead, and I feel like that's what it is. And I'm like, and this is a little bit off topic, talking about Dolly Parton and Tim Curry and the other actress, but I definitely think that, like, even with their deaths, minus maybe Hayden because of the speculation that's going around the circumstances of her death, Dolly Parton lived a full life, Tim Curry lived a full life, and they were able to control a lot of their narrative and do the things that they wanted to do with their lives. My dog couldn't. And I think that's what makes me more sad, is, like, I can change my life, but my dog cannot. And it makes me sad because I wish I would have done something to save him. But I feel like a lot of people just weren't really understanding of my circumstances. A lot of people really get on me for like not being like a really clean person because I keep my room a mess. And like I have some mental health issues, but I definitely think that like besides that, I think that me having a pet or taking care of one would actually make me want to do better. And because I'm not saying like, you know, I feel like this is the excuse that a lot of people have when they want to have children because they feel like shit. I'm not saying that to that extent, but sometimes people need people. And because I don't really have like, I don't have a best friend and I don't have a boyfriend. Like, I have people in my life that I care about. I have friends and I have, you know, my siblings, but I'm not my sibling's best friend. I'm not my friend's best friend. And that's okay. I'm okay with those things. But even me, I would like someone that is just mine. And not like, you know, my pet will always be mine, or like my best friend, or like my boyfriend will always be mine. But it's like you're a specific person for my specific emotional needs in a different way. And I feel like because I'm not getting my fill in that way at this current moment, I know a pet could do the exact same thing. And I'm not saying like, oh, if I get a best friend, I'm going to throw my pet away. Or like, if I get a boyfriend, I'm going to throw my pet away. But I definitely feel like I find myself like being interested in like love and sharing that love with someone. I think taking care of someone, especially when you're down, can really lift your spirits. But it always depends on the circumstances, of course. I'm not saying this for everyone. Definitely not. Some people think that they could do it. They cannot. My mother thinks she can, and she can't. And it just makes me really sad because it's like I never try to like be really rude or mean, but some people just can't do it. And I'm like, I'm not saying I'm like a special case where I'm like so unique and I can do anything most people can't. It's just more so I know myself, and if I were given the opportunity to take care of something, it would be okay. Anything else about Virgo season? I'm just really excited for it, to be honest. I feel like I hope that things change, especially with deaths opening up the season. Today's my friend's birthday. I need to make sure I text her before the date ends, and I hope she's doing well. She's turning, not saying her age. Yeah, I got some gowon photo cards the other day. I think I want to put this in the back of my phone case. Like, how cute she is, like, with her fucking spoon. I just love gowon, especially with gowon with red hair. I love gowon with red hair. Like, it just looks so good. I love it. And I like gowon with like bobs. Like when it's like shorter, like gowon looks really great with short hair. I feel like no one really wants to talk about it, but I would talk about it. I'm thinking about making mango sticky rice again today. That's one of my favorite desserts. I realized that I have a horrible sweet tooth because I fucking love desserts. I could eat desserts any time of the day, any way I like. I could just eat desserts. It's just dessert, 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 dessert. I love it. Yeah, you can see it's like already like cracking in some places, but I don't really feel like the toughness of it, because usually with some clay mask it's like really tough. But I realized that like I think it's kind of like a metaphor for life, but also the way that people view like beauty products is like people think like the harsher the treatment is, the better it's working. And I'm like, that's not true. You know, I feel like they just say that stuff so they can sell you like shitty products, and then and when it's like fucked up and it fucks up your skin, they can sell you more products, you know? And like everything doesn't have to be like super tough on your skin to like work. You know? Oh, excuse me. That tastes like pineapples too, and I'm like, I didn't even have any pineapples. That was crazy. I woke up this morning hiccuping. I was so scared. I was like, oh my god, please don't let me fucking choke right now. But yeah. Next week, I'm going to go see BTS in Los Angeles, and I'm so excited. I recently visited Los Angeles, and I love it. I love LA. I feel like I still have some more exploring to do, of course, but I definitely find myself like wanting to, how do I say it, like move there. I want to move to Los Angeles, and I hope I do, because I think that Los Angeles is just a place for me. I think that I'm trying to start my career and move forth with it, which I think is like working. It's just like it's like it's building momentum at this point, and I'm really excited about it. And I think that whatever I put my mind to, like, if you can believe it, you can achieve it type beat. And I definitely find myself believing that the things that I want are very, 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 very possible. And I won't be hung up or caught up with things that I can't control. And I think that I can control my own destiny and my own faith. You know, it reminds me of that Lana Del Rey lyric. It was like, we are the masters of our own faith. We're the captains of our own soul. And I think that's true. I think a lot of people let life happen to them, but you're supposed to let. I think it's less about letting life happen to you, but you letting life happen, if that makes any sense. Like, you let things go. Like, it's kind of like driving a car. Like, if you don't step on the gas, you're not going to go anywhere. And you can't be like, oh, why am I not moving? And you're not doing any active action to move yourself. That's how I feel. Like, I feel like people are in a car, they won't step on the gas, and they wonder why they won't go anywhere. And I'm like, you won't go anywhere because you won't do anything. Like, I have a roommate, and it's her life. Like, I hope she lives her life the best way that she knows how, but she's been saying some really concerning stuff, and I'm like, I'm really nervous for her and her future, because it just seems like she's like giving up, and I'm like, you don't have to give up. And I try to encourage her, but she's gonna do the things that she wants to do, and she's gonna learn the mistakes that she's going to learn. I'm just gonna have to like let it go and let her go. And like, my thing is, like, I have this thing with trying to like save people, and it's not really like saving people, but trying to prevent them from not living to their full potential, because my biggest fear is not living to my full potential and not chasing after my dreams and getting what I want. That's how I feel. Like, I feel like if that doesn't happen for me, I might just die from the sheer sadness and not doing the things that I wanted. And there are so many people that live their lives that I know that are not doing the things that they want to do because they don't believe in themselves, and also because they don't want to take the actions it takes to change. Because like, I feel like people think that like change is supposed to be easy. It's very painful. Like, I used to beg like every day, get me out of here, get me out of here, get me out of here. And then I would get out of there and it'd be pretty violent, but I did end up getting the thing that I wanted. Timer is off. Let's go rinse off our face. Okay, so I just rinsed it off. You can't really see, but my skin is actually like, it's pretty nice. It's pretty smooth. I'm loving it. The only downside for me, I feel like when I was rinsing it off, is that it's pretty messy and it takes a minute to like wash off. That's not really a problem though. Like, it was fine. You definitely have to clean your sink afterwards. And not because it's bad, it's just like they have like little beads. And also, maybe a con is like, it has like an exfoliation like after the fact, like, because it has like little beads in it. So I'm like rinsing off my face and it's low-key like exfoliating my face, and I'm like, oh my god. And I feel like it really hydrates your skin. Like, my skin doesn't really feel dry, like, especially like right here. I don't know if I noticed a pore difference, because one, this is my first time using it. I think like with weekly consistent use that it will like minimize the pores, because some people say that this can minimize your pores, which I kind of want. But I think also like another way to minimize my pores is to wash my sheets more. And not that I'm like super dirty, it's just that my hair has a lot of oil in it sometimes, and sometimes when I sleep on my pillow, I like lay down first and then I turn over and lay on my face, so like I feel like the oil is there. Because I don't really have like skin issues, minus the fact that I have like dry itchy skin. I don't really have like anything other than that. I just have like dry itchy skin. But I have really smooth skin too. Like, I know the filter isn't really helping and kind of like makes it seem like I have smooth skin, but my skin kind of looks like this with or without the filter. So that's the only like good part. It just misses like minuscule details. So here's my skincare routine that I've been doing recently. My roommate gave me both of these products. Like, she just buys shit and I'm like, girl, did you even use this? Because when she gave me this was basically full. This was like basically full too. Like, they were basically full, and I only started using them and I'm like, I'm draining the hell out of this shit. So the first thing I put on is this Some by Me AHABHAPHA 30 Days Miracle Toner. I put this on. I put it on a cotton pad and put it on my face. I got these cotton pads from Daiso. I'll just like put it in the areas that like have like the issues. It's usually just my T-zone and my chin. It smells pretty good. It has like kind of like a minty flavor, but I'm just noticing it says tea tree on it, and I feel like tea tree kind of has like that kind of like minty like accent. And I know it's not like minty, but it smells like a minty. Sometimes I like to put it on my chest and my neck too, because it's so funny, like I don't really get acne, but I definitely get acne on my chest and my back, especially on my chest recently, because I think it's been really hot and I've been sweating more. So I've been putting it on my chest a little bit sometimes when I remember to. That's interesting. So I put that on there. Then I put this. I think these are both, I think everything I'm using is Korean, minus like my face wash, which is Japanese, and my moisturizer, which is, I think, American. I don't know. This is what I use for my face. The stuff that I use for my body, I use on my face. So like, this is my body lotion. It's also my face lotion. So I use this 2-in-1 poreless power liquid, and it's supposed to reduce the appearance of pores and even out skin texture, giving you like glowy skin. I feel like the reason why I also got that mask is because it says it could help control like the oil in your face, because my skin is also like oily. What is it? Combination skin. Like it's dry and it's oily. Because it's just like, I don't really understand how my skin is this dry when it's producing a lot of oil, especially on my face. So I put this on my face, hoping that it would get rid of the things I need. This is a pretty long video, I don't care. I put that on, then I slightly like fan it out. I have another fan in my bathroom. Oh, this smells good. It smells like perfume. So I put that on, and then I put on my moisturizer. This used to be eye patches in here, but they were really old, so I removed it and put some of my lotion in here. Reduce, reuse. Hello, recycling queen. I just put this on my face. On my neck. People don't realize that like your neck is really important, and I'm not saying like I'm like the first person to discover that, but please moisturize your guys' necks. You guys are gonna be like 50 years old with the 80-year-old neck if you don't. This is not anti-aging, it's just like, it low-key is anti-aging. And I'm not like ageist. I'm not particularly ageist. I think everyone has issues with ageism, but my goal isn't to be like, oh, don't be afraid of getting old. It's just, no, don't be afraid of taking care of your body. I mean, if you look a certain way that you do, you do. But my thing is, like, I don't want to have wrinkles before I have to, you know? Like, if I'm 6 years old, I get it. I understand having wrinkles. My skin is not going to stay this tight forever. But if I'm 40 years old, why the fuck not? Get the back of the neck, too. I feel like I always forget to do the back of the neck. And voila, this is my skin. Again, I have to reiterate that, like, because I'm using my MacBook, they have like a natural like blurring filter on it, and you can't really like see the details. But my skin, it looks pretty nice. It feels really great. Like, it feels really like hydrated, I feel like. I'm really enjoying it. So that was my review. I will give the mask, for the first time, I'm gonna give it like a 7 out of 10. I think I have to use it more to really get a really good review of the product. You know, this is my first time. You know, I think you gotta try something at least twice before you can like make an assumption on something. Because sometimes, like, there's this one food I used to not really like, and it's because someone made it not well. And then I had it another time and someone made it extremely well, you know? So it just really is perspective and time and like what you're doing and how you're doing it. So thank you for watching. Bye.